Here's why you should never plant your potatoes in the ground like this or like this. And you might think, so these long stems are normal, right? Well, actually, these sprouts are a sign that your potatoes were searching for light. And when there's not that much light, your potato stems will grow taller trying to search for it. And long stems like this can lead to problems, like when you plant it, it breaks very easily. The stem may break after you plant them because of anything happening in the environment. And there are often pests and diseases that attack the weak stem. Oh really, I don't see any pests. If you look carefully, you will see the dead aphids that we killed that were eating the potato stems. And how do we plant it then so I can get a big harvest of potatoes? Well, I'm glad you asked. Potato sprouts takes about 4 weeks to grow into this nice compact size sprouts that is the ideal size to plant. We started these 4 weeks ago around and they are the right size. The process of starting potatoes are very easy. What you need are some egg cartons which will hold the potato. You could also use a sprouting tray as well to hold the potatoes. So the first step is to remove any long and delicate sprouts. And to do that, we're just going to break them off. Then you want to look at the end where the potatoes was attached to the original plant. And on the opposite side, you see the eye, which you see like lots of tiny stems trying to come out. You want to place the potato the eye side facing upwards to grow. You want to look for about medium to large potatoes in size to put inside the egg cartons. Tiny potatoes will not give you good results because they contain less amount of energy to help your plant grow. Jumbo-sized potatoes can also be started in a separate tray and not in the egg cartons and can be cut later to plant. Now it's very important to place your potatoes after you have removed the long stems into a cool place where there's plenty of light so they don't grow back the wrong way. Got it. The leftover sprouts like I have here will not also go to waste. I usually like to keep them wrapped in a cling wrap until we're ready to plant them outside so we can get extra potatoes. Good idea. Now when your potatoes are ready to plant, there's a very important step we must do so we can get big potatoes and not small potatoes. We want to cut most of the eyes on the potatoes, leaving only 1 or 2. The less eyes you have, the bigger your potatoes will be. So I'm going to use a knife that's been cleaned and I'm just going to cut these out like that. And go slowly. I usually like to leave the best looking eyes and not the weaker ones so that they can grow better. And then we're going to plant it inside some soil. The reason we use a knife instead of using our hands to pick off the sprouts is because sometimes it will grow back. Now after your potatoes are sprouted, any ginormous potato can be sliced into multiple pieces. If you're also short on seed potatoes, you can also splice the large egg-sized potatoes to plant. To cut a potato, I want to take a clean knife that I'm going to wipe with some rubbing alcohol. We do this to make sure that every bacteria is killed on the knife. We don't want the spliced potato going rotten before we plant them into the ground. To make a cut on our jumbo-sized potato, we have to look to see where's the best spot to make the cut. We want to make sure we have eyes on both slices of the potato so that it could grow. And I'm going to, I think, cut it right going diagonal this way because there's an eye here and some eyes down here. So we're just gonna cut it down the center. And then we have 2 potatoes. Now anytime you make a cut on a potato to plant, you want to leave it to scab and heal. So I like to put these on a tray with some holes at the bottom so we have plenty of airflow for it to heal. And that's all there is to getting bigger potatoes and more yields. Wow, thanks for helping. No problem. If you want to see another similar type of video, about planting peas the right way, then watch this video next. Bye!